Hello again and welcome back. Yes, welcome to a new class, to class 110. When we finish this class today, we will have completed, futuro perfecto aquí. When we finish, cuando terminemos, en inglés decimos cuando terminamos. When we finish this class today, we'll have completed 110 classes, and we'll still have 85 classes left. Not too many, but still quite a bit of work to do, quite a few classes ahead of us. So, without any further delay, without further ado, let's pass to camera number 1 and review the translation list from yesterday. Camera 1. Okay. Eso pasó de moda hace años. That went out of fashion years ago. Years ago. That went out of. To go out of fashion. Y out of, cuando se dice rápido, out of, casi como una Bueno, casi no, como una. That went out of fashion years ago. That went out of fashion years ago. Ella me quiere a pesar de mis defectos. She loves me in spite of my defects. Grandes virtudes, grandes defectos. Yes, great virtues, great defects, and she loves me despite my defects. She loves me in spite of my defects. She still loves me. Could you believe it? I can't believe it. I don't deserve it. No me lo merezco. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. And she loves me in spite of my defects. That's the love of a woman. Yes, unconditional love. Tengo dos hijos que alimentar. I have 12 children to feed. Tengo 12 bocas que alimentar. Wow. I have 12 mouths to feed. Yeah. No me explico por qué no funciona. I can't figure out why it doesn't work. My God, I can't figure out why it doesn't work. I simply can't figure it out. Can you help me? Can you give me an explanation? I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. I've done everything according to the instruction manual, and it still doesn't work. I can't figure out why it doesn't work. I can't figure out why it doesn't work. I can't figure out why it doesn't work. El tío está forrado. The guy is filthy rich. Come on, don't worry about him. Why are you so worried about the guy? He's swimming in money. He's filthy rich. He has 1,000 times more money than you do. Come on, you're just a poor guy compared to him. Why are you worried about him? He's filthy rich. Filthy rich. Filthy means sucio, sucio, sucio. Muy sucio. Guarro. Asqueroso. Sucísimo. Pero cuando va con rich, delante de rich, es forrado. All right, he's filthy rich. He's swimming in money. Él no es apto para hacer el trabajo. He's not fit to do the job. He's not fit to do the job. Are you fit to learn English? Are you fit to improve? Are you fit to do what is necessary to learn this language? All right. Do you have the ability? Do you have the skills? Do you have the right mindset? Mentalización, concienciación, fijación mental, mindset, S-E-T. Do you have the right mindset to make considerable progress with the English language? Are you fit to be a student in this program? Are you fit? Okay. Siempre trato de mantenerme en forma. I always try to keep fit. I always try to keep fit. I always try to stay fit. I always try to keep in shape. Shape is como forma, configuración, shape. I always try to stay in shape. To stay in shape, to keep in shape, to stay fit, to keep fit. De los cuatro me gustan to stay in shape y to keep fit. Con in shape me gusta más stay. Con fit me gusta más keep. Pero van los dos. I like to keep fit. I always try to stay in shape. I always try to keep fit. Ese hombre responde a la descripción. Se ajusta. That guy, that man, fits the description. The murderer was tall, about 1 meter 86. A thick mustache. Yes, a thick mustache, muy poblado. A thick mustache, sagging jaws, mandíbulas que caen, mejillas, sagging cheeks and jaws. A high forehead like me, a high forehead, all right? Yeah, and he's missing a finger on his right hand. And that guy is missing a finger on his right hand. So he responds, diríais aquí, pero he fits the description. También en inglés he responds to the description. A lo mejor se dice. He fits, pero se dice mucho más, he fits the description. Responde a la descripción. He fits the description. Voy a servir una comida apropiada para la ocasión. I'm going to serve a meal fit for the occasion. Yes. I'm going to serve a meal fit for the occasion. Estas piezas del puzzle no encajan. Maria, these puzzle pieces don't fit. What should I do? And I can't figure out why they don't fit. No me lo explico. These are the last two pieces in the puzzle to finish it, and they don't fit. Maybe I made a mistake before, but all the rest of the puzzle pieces fit. And if all the rest of the puzzle pieces fit, then the last two pieces, they must fit, but they don't. Maybe I forced one of the other two pieces to fit, and they really don't fit naturally. Maybe I should check every fit, cada ajuste. But these no se ajustan, no se, no encajan, they don't fit. All right. ¿Qué tal te siente el traje? How does the suit fit? Does it fit okay? Yes. When I came to Spain, and the first time in my life I needed to buy clothes or shoes in Spain, I didn't know how to say. Y hoy en día tampoco. ¿Cómo me siente el traje? I still think in terms of English, de caber. 6 personas caben en mi coche. 6 people fit in my car. Well, 5 people really fit in my car. How many people fit comfortably? 4 people fit in my car. And when you buy shoes, you say, no me van. They don't fit. Too big, too small, too wide, too narrow. Do they fit? Do they fit okay? Do they fit okay? ¿Se ajustan bien? Do they fit okay? Yes. Yes. ¿Cómo te siente el traje? How does the suit fit? No decimos fit you. How does the suit fit you? No. How does the suit fit? Do your new shoes fit? Do they fit? Okay. Bueno. Olvidémoslo, ¿eh? ¿Quieres? Let's forget about it. Olvídalo. Never mind. Forget about it. It's not important. Forget about it. But I'll be back, okay?
Hello, my name's David, and it's time to look at the last class. So it's a review class. Now, with me here to do this review is Juan. How are you today, Juan?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm very, very well, because today we're going to look at no matter más adverbio, no matter how más adverbio, no matter how más adverbio, which means por mucho, blah, blah, blah. But the best way to practice this structure, rather than explain it, is to put it into practice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some sentences in Spanish, and you translate it, and that's it. Ya está. ¿Vale?
Okay.
So, por mucho que te esfuerces, no tendrás éxito. Por mucho que te esfuerces, no tendrás éxito. How do you say that? No matter how, what?
No matter how much effort you put on it,
Put
you will
into it, or how hard you try. How hard you try.
no matter how hard you try,
Yes.
you won't succeed.
Qué negativo, ¿no? Bueno,
Yeah,
it's not very
no
good.
good.
Repeat it one more time, and then
No.
we'll forget about it.
No matter how hard you try, you won't succeed.
Very good, but it's not true, of course. So the next one is, por muy bien que hables inglés, nunca llegarás a hablar como la reina de Inglaterra. A ver. Very good. Okay, Juan.
No matter how well you speak English,
Yes.
you will never speak like the England's queen,
We don't say England's queen.
like
no.
the Queen of England.
The Queen of England. The Queen of England. So you'll never, or how do you say llegarás a hablar?
You will never achieve to.
Well, you never end up, I'd say. You'll never end up speaking like the Queen of England. So let's repeat it. No matter how well you speak English, you will never end up speaking like the Queen of England. Repeat. It's a long sentence. Very good. Okay. A bit short, but never mind. Por muy rápido que corras, te cogerán al final.
Oh, it's hard. No matter how fast you run,
Yes.
they will catch you at the end.
Very good. In the end. In the end.
In
That's
the
the only
end.
mistake. In the end, we'll say. Okay, repeat.
No matter how fast you run, they will catch you in the end.
Very good. No matter how fast you run, they'll catch you in the end. No matter how fast you run, they'll catch you in the end. Repeat. Very good. This time was very good. Okay, next one. Por muy inteligente que seas, siempre habrá alguien más inteligente que tú.
No matter how intelligent you are,
Yeah?
there will always be someone more intelligent than you.
Very good. Repeat. Excellent.
No matter how intelligent you are, there will always be someone more intelligent than you.
Very good. In casa, can you say that as well as Juan? Let's see. Good. Okay, so no matter how intelligent you are, there will always be someone more intelligent than you are, or than you. A secas. Very good. Okay. Another one. Por muy tentador que sea, no gastes demasiado dinero. A ver.
No matter how
Tempting.
tempting.
Tempting. Yeah,
No-
tempting.
No matter how tempting it is,
Yes.
don't spend too much money.
Very good. Excellent. We'll just do one more. Por muy convincentes o por muy persuasivos
Persuasivos.
que sean, no creas lo que te digan.
No matter how convincing they are,
Yes?
don't believe what they tell you.
Very good. No matter how persuasive or no matter how convincing they are, don't believe what they tell you. So practice that structure. It's not easy, is it? It's a bit difficult. A little bit difficult.
It is difficult, yeah.
Don't worry about it. So now we're going to look at the translation list number 33 that we looked at in the last class, and I'm just going to look at random and pick one at random, al azar, ¿vale?
Okay.
So, a ver. Number 4. So, no me explico por qué no funciona. No me explico por qué no funciona. Very good. Juan, how do you translate that?
I don't know why it doesn't work.
Yeah, no me explico.
I
Any idea?
no, I can't believe why it doesn't work.
I can't figure out why it doesn't work is the best translation. Repeat.
I can't figure out why it doesn't work.
Yeah, I can't figure out. No me explico. No me explico por qué no funciona. I can't figure out why it doesn't work. Funciona, doesn't work. Okay, let's do another one. This time it's number 2, okay? Ella me quiere a pesar de todos mis defectos. Defectos. Okay, a ver. Very good. Juan, let's have a go.
She loves me, even though my defects.
A pesar de. ¿Cómo se dice esto?
Um,
It's not very common, but we do say it. In spite of.
in spite of
In spite of what?
my defects.
My defects or my faults, you can say, my faults. So she loves me in spite of my faults. She loves me in spite of my defects. Yeah? Very good. Okay. One more. A ver. Now we're on to number 9, picked at random. Voy a servir una comida apropiada para la ocasión. A ver. Okay, Juan.
I'm going to serve an appropriate meal for the occasion.
Very good. So I'm going to serve a meal fit for the occasion. Fit for the occasion. Appropriate for the occasion is very good as well. Fit for the occasion. But we don't have more time, unfortunately. We have run out of time. So please practice the rest of the sentences at home. And I will see you next time. So practice and see you next time. Thank you, Juan.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
All right, welcome back. You know, no matter how much you try to convince me to change my method, I'm not going to do it. No matter how many times you insist, well, no matter how much you insist, no matter how often you tell me to modify certain points, I'm not going to do it. No matter how much you try, no matter how hard you try. Camera number 1. Okay. And you know, no matter how many times you tell me to stay on camera 2, I'm going to change to camera 1. I prefer camera 1. And no matter how hard you try to convince me that camera 2 is better, I'm not going to change. I'm always going to consider camera number 1 the best camera. No matter how often, no matter how many times, no matter how much you insist, no matter how hard you try to convince me, no matter how hard you try to persuade me to change my mind, Cambiar de opinión, we say to change. Cambiar mi mente, se dice literalmente to change my mind. I'm not going to do it. Yeah. No matter how often you call me to continue the arguments, no matter how many times you insist that I'm wrong, no matter how often you show me proof that camera number 2 is better, it doesn't matter. No matter how many times you try to convince me, I'm not going to be convinced. I have my preferences, and my preference is camera 1. In fact, I have a special predilection for camera number 1. First of all, I like the number 1, and I prefer it to the number 2. All right, because number 1 is brave, solitary. 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. 1. I prefer camera 1. So no matter how many times, no matter how often, no matter how much. Okay. Now, I see you're not happy. What's the problem, Andres? What's the problem, Maria? What's the problem, Pablo? What's the problem, Hilario? What's the problem? You're not happy. Well, find a way to be happy. So you want to earn more money. You want to find a job with more money. Well, no matter how much you earn, you're not going to be happier. Well, if you earn more money and you can pay your mortgage, you'll reduce some of your worries. You can eliminate some of your concerns. But money's not going to make you happy. No matter how much money you make, you're not going to be happier. I know you. I can tell. Lo veo, lo percibo. I can tell. Te conozco. I can tell that no matter how much money you earn, no matter how much money you make in your life, you're not going to be happier, because you're incapable of finding happiness. Yeah, you're incapable. Everything bad that happens to you, you externalize, and it's the fault of other people, the fault of society, the fault of external factors. Yes, but you don't look into yourself. You don't know how to perform self-analysis and to seriously do an inventory of your person, yourself. And until you do that, you're never going to be happy. You're never going to learn how to be happy. How to be happy. No matter how much money you earn, no matter how many objects you accumulate, no matter how matter how much you travel to exotic or fun destinations, no matter how much you look in the external world for happiness, no matter how successful you are in external things, you're not going to be happy, because happiness is found inside. All right? It's an attitude question. Your own attitude, your own heart is intimately involved in happiness. And so no matter how much wealth you accumulate, no matter how much you travel all over the world, no matter how much success you find in business and in love, etc., well, you're not going to be happy, because you were born, it seems that you were born unhappy, dissatisfied. And everything that happens to you, you blame, everything bad that happens to you, you blame others, or you blame external factors. And that means you are condemned to being unhappy. And no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter how often you think about this, no matter how many people you blame, no matter how many people you shout at, no matter how hard you try to solve problems, no matter how much money you accumulate, no matter how much wealth you amass, no matter how much, no matter how many, no matter where, no matter when, no matter who, no matter why, you're not going to be happy, because you are incapable of looking at yourself and thinking about yourself in an honest, sincere way, and performing a proper self-analysis. Who am I? Where am I? What am I? Why am I the way I am? ¿Por qué soy como soy? curiosa forma de hablar. Bueno, no es curioso en español, pero en inglés sí. Escuchad. Why am I the way I am? The way. Siempre usamos the way. Tal como éramos, una película hace años con Streisand and Barbara Streisand and I can't remember the name of the actor. Robert Redford, okay. Tal como éramos was the way we were. Con the way. Sé como soy. I know the way I am. Okay? You need to analyze the way you are. ¿Por qué soy como soy? Why am I the way I am? And so you have to do that. And because no matter how many things you do, no matter how many people you meet, no matter how much money you earn, no matter how much success you have in business or in, you're not going to be happy until you stop and learn how to find happiness inside. But it's all inside. It's an attitude change. Okay? It's an attitude change. Nobody is trying to make you unhappy. Nobody is trying to get to you. Nobody is trying. It's your problem. Solve it inside your, what you call the coco, in your head and in your heart. And then you learn how to enjoy life. You learn how to enjoy the little things and the big things. You learn how to enjoy drinking a cup of cool water and appreciating the texture, the feeling, the coolness of the water. You enjoy holding a nice, smooth ceramic cup, saying, wow. And you can find happiness in little things, in your own enjoyment. Yes, you can be a little selfish, but be selfish of enjoying yourself. Not selfish, everything for me, no. There's a type of selfishness that's positive. And no matter how much you think outside factors are making you unhappy, it's not true. No matter how much, no matter how many, etc. All right. We'll take a station break, and then I'll be right back. Okay. No matter how much money you earn, no matter how much wealth you amass, no matter how much you accumulate in life, you probably won't find happiness this way. Happiness comes in a different container, otro frasco. Yeah, happiness comes in a different way. Happiness comes through enjoying life. And enjoying life is not only material. Most of it is spiritual, psychological, moral. There are a lot of things involved in happiness. And the material side is important, of course. But it's not as important as certain other considerations or attitudes. And so no matter how much you have, no matter how much you do, no matter how much you accumulate, no matter how much you amass, happiness will be elusive until you accumulate something in your heart. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes.
All right, thank you and welcome to Vaughan Inglés 4.0. My name is, ahí está, no, casi, allí, Alberto Alonso. That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with a star student. Now, I'll tell you something. I haven't given him any points. No le he dado puntos. And I regret that. Me arrepiento. I regret not giving him any points. So, let me see. Let me calculate. I'm going to give him 500 points. Why? Because I forgot to give him points in previous classes. And how do you say se lo merece?
He deserves it.
Look, y hasta, pues 505, 505 points. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome David Little Pine Pinilla. Hello, David. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
Great,
Yes.
David. You're doing a great job. And you know
Okay.
what? I like to appreciate or recognize your good work. And I forgot. You have to ask me. Next time, say, Alberto, come on, can I have some points? And I'll give you points. So right now you have 505, which you just got.
Wow.
Now,
That's
David, so what do you do, David? You're an actor, aren't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
Great. Now, did you study acting?
Yes, I did.
Great. Did you study here in Madrid?
Not really. I studied first in Bilbao, in the Basque Country.
Okay.
Because I am from the Basque Country, and then I moved to Italy.
Okay.
With a scholarship.
Right.
And I studied 3 years in Italy in a drama school.
In a drama school.
Yes.
Great, great. So ask me if I'm an actor.
Are you an actor?
It depends. I studied theater. I studied theater. Ask me where I studied.
Where did you study theater?
I studied in New Jersey.
Okay.
And ask me if I like going to the theater.
Do you like going to the theater?
Yeah, it's cool. It's a nice experience. It's different from going to the movies. Right?
Yes.
Right? Do you have a favorite playwright or a favorite play? Una obra que te gusta?
Yes, I don't know. I like David Mamet a lot.
Oh, David Mamet. David Mamet is an excellent playwright. Ask me if I've ever met him.
Have you ever met him?
Yes, I have.
Wow.
I knew you would be impressed by that.
Yes,
Do I get
am.
any points for meeting David Mamet?
Yes, you deserve at least 200 or 300 points.
Yeah, I'll take 200 for you too. See, a lot of points going. Yeah, David Mamet was in New York City, and he was doing a book signing for a book that he wrote, Common Sense and Heresy for the Actor. Very interesting book.
Okay.
If you haven't read it, it's just about acting technique and ideas for an actor. Very, very interesting. And he's a very interesting person. You'll see from the book, but I recommend it.
Okay.
I recommend it. Okay. All right, well, I want to look at a little something here. I want to take a look at, there's an expression here that we say, por mucho que hagas algo. How do we say, por mucho que estudias, no vas a pronunciar como yo?
No matter how much you study, you won't pronounce like me.
Yeah, no matter how much you study, you won't pronounce like me. Is this true?
Yes, it is.
You're an actor, though. You can imitate.
Okay. I'm trying to correct my pronunciation.
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 It's not easy, believe me. In Spanish, I've made a tremendous effort to work on my pronunciation. I don't know if it's worth it, si vale la pena, but it's true, though. I've had students that their pronunciation is let's say, better than the rest of the class, but they have less vocabulary. But you know what? Instantly, I think that they have more vocabulary. So pronunciation is important because people form an opinion right away, directamente, right away, right? So por mucho que hagas, no matter how much, okay? How do you say, por mucho dinero que ganes, solo podrás conducir un coche a la vez?
No matter how much money you earn, you only be able to You'll only be able to drive one car at a time? Or?
At a time. Okay, ahora dámelo todo junto, ahora lo tienes. Era fragmentado ahí, pero ahora lo tienes.
No matter how much money you earn, you'll only be able to drive one car at a time.
Yeah, no matter how much money you earn, you'll only be able to drive one car at a time. Will somebody tell Cristiano Ronaldo that? I think he has like 15 or 20 cars, doesn't he? I think so. I think he's got a lot of cars.
Okay.
Okay. Por mucho que grites, no te oirán.
No matter how much you scream.
Okay, scream. Hay tres palabras. Scream.
Cry.
No, cries.
Okay.
Scream, yell, or shout.
Okay.
Right? Tenemos tres. Nos encanta gritar. All right? So one more time. Por mucho que grites, no te oirán.
No matter how much you scream, they won't hear you.
Hear or hear?
They won't hear you.
Eso es. So one more time, lo tienes.
No matter how much you scream, they won't hear you.
Yeah. No matter how much you scream, they won't hear you. Okay? How do you say, por mucho que trabajas, nunca te harás rico?
No matter how much you work, you'll never get rich.
Yeah. One more time, sin tanta duda.
No matter how much you work, you'll never get rich.
No matter how much you work, you'll never get rich. Is this true?
No, it's not.
I don't think it's true.
No.
Some people say, but I don't think so. No. I think if you got good ideas, I mean, look at Esteban Trabajos. Do you know Esteban Trabajos?
No.
Steve Jobs. He's the CEO of Apple Computers. He was a 19-year-old boy who decided, I'm going to design a computer before anyone else did. And he worked hard, and he's doing okay. What about Guillermo Puertas? Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, okay.
Right? These are people who worked hard. No es accidente. It's not an accident that they, became very, very wealthy. How do you say forrado?
Filthy rich.
Qué crack. 10 points.
Okay.
Filthy rich. Sucio de dinero.
Yes.
All right? Do you know anyone who's filthy rich?
Yes, I do.
You do.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I know a few people who are filthy rich. Okay, how do you say, por mucho que hagas, no será suficiente?
No matter how much you do, it won't be enough.
Yeah, no matter how much you do, it won't be enough. It won't be enough. Okay, muy bien. How do you say, por mucho dinero que tengas, nunca podrás comprar todo?
No matter how much money you have, you'll never be able to buy everything.
Yeah, no matter how much money you'll never be able to buy anything. Okay, so no matter how much. Ahora, también tenemos no matter how más un adverbio. No matter how fast you work, you'll never finish on time. No matter how tall you are, you will not enter there. Right? Okay. So we can use it too. But also, no matter how much money you earn, you'll only be able to drive one car at a time. So no matter, y es bueno practicar, porque como sabes que esto es una frase hecha, no matter how much, es bueno repetirlo. Vamos a repetirlo. Yo lo digo y tú.
Okay.
No matter how much.
No matter how much.
No matter, no tanto te. No matter how much.
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 Y eso ya es ahora después poner lo mismo que hicimos con el would have. Ya tienes que poner después lo que corresponde. No matter how much.
No matter how much.
No matter how much we want to continue the show, we're out of time. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
All right. Welcome back. Ahora no matter how many. Es que se dice tanto no matter. All right. No matter where you go, no matter who you speak to, no importa con quién hables, no importa a dónde vayas, no importa cuánto acumules, no importa. No matter. No matter. Y luego los verbos, las palabras how, when, where, why, how often, how much, how many, how far. Okay? Camera number 1. No matter how far you drive in one day, you won't reach Berlin. Yeah. You want to drive to Berlin from here? Good luck. In one day? No matter how fast you drive and no matter how far you drive, you won't reach Berlin in one day. It's impossible. It's too far away. No matter how fast you drive, and besides, be careful. If you drive fast, the police will stop you or you'll have an accident. So, yeah, no matter how fast you drive, you can't drive from New York to Los Angeles in one day. In fact, no matter how fast you drive and no matter how many hours you spend on the highway, you won't be able to drive from New York to Los Angeles in 3 days. It's too far. You're crossing an entire continent. And no matter how many coffees you drink, you won't be able to stay awake. There's a certain moment when you're driving your car, when you start to feel sleepy, that no matter how many coffees you drink, you'll still feel sleepy. You have to pull over, echarse a un lado, su curiosa expresión, tirar sobre, pull over is the word we say for echar coche a un lado, la cuneta o la, all right? You need to pull over and take a short nap, maybe only 3 minutes, what you call a cabezada, a cat nap, decimos en Texas, pero no sé si en el resto del mundo, siesta el gato, a cat nap, and then you're fresh for another 200 kilometers or 300 kilometers at least. But coffee, no. No matter how many coffees you drink, all right, no matter how many coffees you drink, you won't be able to stay awake at the wheel, at the steering wheel. Ride, taking a ride. Yeah. Okay, no matter. And you know, I remember a very famous Harmon Killebrew. You don't know Harmon Killebrew. You've never heard of him. Me, yes. He was one of my idols. Idol. He was one of my idols when I was a little boy. He was a baseball player. Yes, he was a very good baseball player, one of the best. And he played for the Minnesota Twins, los gemelos de Minnesota. The Minnesota Twins, porque eran ciudades gemelas, Minneapolis and St. Paul. Like Budapest, originally were twin cities and now they're one city, okay? Or Don Benito and Villanueva Serena. These are twin cities, they're together, okay? The Minnesota Twins, Harmon Killebrew was a baseball player. and he hit home runs. Home runs son como goles en béisbol. ¡Fua! Home run, fuera del estadio. Okay, and he was very good. He hit a lot of home runs, more than anybody, usually, during his career. But the Minnesota Twins never won the league. They never reached the finals. They never reached the World Series, las Series Mundiales, because the rest of the players were not good enough, apparently. So no matter how many home runs our friend Harmon Killebrew hit, no matter how many home runs he hit, his team couldn't win. No matter how well he played, his team was never a champion. No matter how much time he devoted to the art and science of baseball, he couldn't transform his team into a champion team. No matter how many times he hit a home run, no matter how many home runs he hit, etc. Okay. For example, some people think that in Andalusia, for example, that no matter how many times people vote, they will always vote socialist, never, and that the Conservative Party will never win. No matter how many times there are elections, no matter how many times elections take place, the same party will always win. Other people think no. Eventually, antes o después, eventually, the other party will win. I don't know. What's your opinion? Some people think, no matter how many elections there are, por muchas elecciones que pueda haber o que haya en el futuro, o que se convoquen, no matter how many elections there are in the future, it's clear that there's only one party that will win every time. I don't know if that's true. I really don't know. And it's just the opposite in Castilla y León. People think, no matter how many elections there are, the same party will win every time. Okay, no matter how many times they hold, ellos convoquen o se convoquen, el they impersonal, que es igual que la voz pasiva, impersonal, que se convoquen. No matter how many times they hold elections, the same political party will win. I don't know. We'll see. Things change with time. Sometimes a generational change, 20 years, 25 years. Sometimes it takes an entire change of a generation. Sometimes it takes the change of 2 or 3 generations because of historical patterns, historical attitudes, historical realities of the past conform a certain type of attitude. And those attitudes don't change easily. So we don't know. Now, no matter how many hours, no matter how many hours you devote to English, you will never speak it perfectly. Sorry. I don't speak Spanish perfectly, and I've devoted 3,000 or 4,000 hours to your language. No matter how many hours you devote to it, you'll never speak perfectly, but you can become perfectly effective in your communication. You don't need to speak perfect English to be a perfect communicator. You don't speak perfect Spanish. Yeah, you don't. You have your good days and your bad days. You have some days in which you say, no me he expresado bien hoy, en tu propio idioma, in your own language. Today, I didn't express myself very well in that meeting. So, you're not perfect in your own language, much less in a second language. So no matter how much you study, no matter how many hours you devote to English, you're never going to speak it perfectly, but you're perfectly capable of becoming perfectly effective. Mucho perfecto aquí, por un motivo. You're perfectly capable of becoming perfectly effective, but you'll never be perfect. You understand? I hope so, because it's very true. No matter how many hours you spend, no matter how many times you repeat sentences, no matter how many different strategies you use, no matter how many different tactics you use, you're never going to speak English perfectly. All right? But I'm sure that you're perfectly capable of becoming perfectly effective in your communication, equally effective than I am. All right. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Hello everyone and welcome again. I'm Hannah. How are you today? Okay, we're going to get started with our last segment for the program with vocabulary, as you know. But first, let's say hello to my student, David. Hi, David.
Hello, how are
How
you?
are you?
Okay, I'm great. How are you?
Oh, great. I always say that at the same time with my students, right at the same time. Okay, so how are you today?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Okay, we're going to start with some vocabulary.
Okay.
Okay, so are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so be careful with your pronunciation. And here we go. The first one is a verb, incorporarse.
To sit up.
Okay, great. Perfect. Repeat.
To sit up.
Okay, good. To sit up. To sit up.
To sit up.
Eso es. Okay, great. So to sit up. To sit up. And remember, we connect here the two words together as if they were just one word, right? To sit up. To sit up, right? Sit up, así, incorporarse. Okay. Next, we have destensión or abandono.
Neglect.
Okay, good. Neglect.
Neglect.
Okay, great. Repeat again.
Neglect.
Perfect. Fantastic. Neglect. Neglect. Okay, neglect. Okay, next we have ron.
Rum.
Good. Repeat again.
Rum.
Excellent. So, fijaos muy bien en la pronunciación. Be very careful of the pronunciation here. We never say room. Room? No, room. Room is habitación. Room. And we don't say room. Room. Remember, r. In English, we don't use. No existe. So, rum. Rum. And also la terminación es una M. M, which means the lips must touch. Right? The lips touch. Rum. Rum. La U, the U sounds like an A. Rum. Okay. Next, ventajoso.
Advantages.
Repeat. Advantageous.
Advantageous.
Yes. Okay, repeat again.
Advantageous.
Okay, great, good. So notice where the accent is for this word. Advantageous. Okay, advantageous. So in the third accent, advantageous, advantageous. Okay, and finally we have lista de verificación.
Checklist.
Okay, good, repeat.
Checklist.
Great, great. So literally we say lista de chequeo. Okay, so checklist, checklist, checklist. Okay, great job. Okay, now we're going to look at the expression por muchos que. No matter how many. In the previous segment, you just learned no matter how much. No matter how much, which was for incontables. Now we're going to look at no matter how many, which is for contables, plurales. Okay, so no matter how many. Por muchos que tal. So I want you to translate these sentences. Okay, so David, number one. Por muchas veces que lo practiques, siempre cometerás errores.
No matter how many times you practice, you'll always make mistakes.
Perfect. Excellent. Muy bien. So, David said, again, let me repeat the sentence in Spanish and then English. Por muchas veces que lo practiques, no matter how many times you practice, okay? The second part was siempre cometerás errores. You'll always, you will. Give me the contraction, right? You will, the contraction, you'll. You'll, okay, después siempre, you'll always make mistakes. Remember, cometer errores is to make mistakes, okay? So repeat, no matter how many times you practice, you'll always make mistakes. Okay, good job. Next sentence. Por mucha gente que llame, no recaudaremos los 10 millones de euros.
No matter how many people call in, we won't reach 10 million euros.
Okay, good. We won't reach or we won't raise.
We won't raise.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, good. Okay, let me repeat. No matter how many people call in, okay, call in, we won't raise, okay, recaudar fondos o dinero para un, like a charity or ONG, recaudar, we use the verb to raise, okay, to raise, literalmente levantar fondos, okay, so to raise. We won't raise 10 million euros. Okay, por muchos años que pasen, siempre será así.
No matter how many years pass,
Okay, instead of pass, maybe go by.
Go
Suena
by.
mejor.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, no matter how many years go by.
No matter how many years go by, it always be like that.
Okay.
It'll always be like that.
Okay, good. Eso. Okay, good. So it'll always be like that, or it'll always be this way.
This way,
También
okay.
los dos. Okay, let me repeat the whole sentence. So, por muchos años que pasen, no matter how many years go by. Así you can say pass, pero go by suena más coloquial, más natural. It's a little bit more common, right? So years go by. So no matter how many years go by, siempre será así. It will, la contracción. It'll always be this way, okay? Or it'll always be like that, así. Los dos son iguales, igual. Okay, now, por muchas veces que vayamos, nunca nos cansaremos de ir.
No matter how many times we go,
Good.
we'll never get tired of going.
Perfect, excellent. Okay, great, very good. So no matter how many times we go, we'll never get tired of going. Okay, so we'll never get tired. Cansarse is to get tired. Después of going, of más gerundio. Ojo aquí, okay? So I'll repeat. No matter how many times we go, we'll never get tired of going. Okay, por muchas veces que lo intentes, no cambiarán de opinión.
No matter how many times you try, they'll never change their mind.
Okay, good. No cambiarán de opinión. They won't.
They won't change their mind.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. Muy bien. So, por muchas veces que lo intentes, no matter how many times you try, they won't, no cambiarán, they won't change their mind. No cambiarán de opinión. Okay, por muchas flores que él envíe, ella no le perdonará.
No matter how many flowers he sends, she won't forgive him.
Okay, good. Great. So might I suggest flowers and candy?
Okay, and chocolates.
Yeah, exactly. Flowers and chocolates. Maybe that'll help you, okay? So no matter how many flowers he sends, él envíe, no matter how many flowers he sends, she won't forgive him. Okay, so again, I might suggest something more than just flowers. Maybe flowers, chocolates, maybe a diamond ring. I don't know, something like that.
A car.
A car, exactly. Okay, well, please keep practicing this, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, no matter. Aquí lo dice también. No matter how many times you read or write or speak or practice, your English will never be perfect. You have an interesting expression in Spanish that I hear very rarely. Lo perfecto es enemigo de lo bueno, o algo así, which is in many cases true. When you try to reach perfection, it's very easy to become frustrated. And I don't want frustration in this type of course. Learning a second language is difficult, but frustration should never enter the equation. Do you understand? Don't become frustrated, and don't become obsessed. You can become obsessed if it's a very healthy obsession, but be careful. Do your best, and if you do your best, you will always end up okay. All right, see you tomorrow.